You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Okay, welcome everyone. Today we're exploring how to find a bit more clarity, both in the complex world of work and just in everyday life. We pulled together some really powerful insights, maybe aimed initially at product managers, but honestly, they apply much more broadly. Think of it like a toolkit for anyone trying to cut through the noise and navigate tricky challenges.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating is how these different ideas actually connect. It doesn't matter if you're building a product or just trying to get your own to-do list under control. These core concepts about being intentional, thinking strategically, they pop up everywhere.
Absolutely. So let's start with tech, specifically that feeling of keeping pace with AI without going nuts. The sources suggest a lot of AI tools are kind of similar under the hood, and that the real skill isn't just knowing about AI, but mastering how to prompt it well, like asking the right questions.
Exactly. Getting good at prompting turns AI from just another tool into like a really smart collaborator. It shifts the focus from the tool itself to how you interact with it.
So how do you actually do that without feeling totally swamped? What's the practical advice here?
Well, the idea is building your own prompt playbook. It sounds maybe a bit formal, but it's about consistent practice, like maybe trying out new prompts or tools every couple of weeks. Then consciously integrating something useful into your workflow each month and stepping back, say, quarterly to see what's working.
Okay, so it's a process, not just a one-off thing.
Right. It builds confidence. You start seeing AI as this co-pilot helping you grow rather than this overwhelming wave you can't escape. It changes the whole dynamic from chaos to controlled growth.
Makes sense. Okay, so if we've got a handle on AI as a co-pilot, what about the core of building things? That leads us to what is discovery? This isn't just jargon, right? It's about really understanding the user's problems, the business needs, before you build.
It's all about reducing that huge risk of building the wrong thing entirely, spending time up front to make sure what you're planning is actually desirable, viable for the business, and technically feasible.
So you do research, run experiments.
Exactly, all aimed at building confidence that you're on the right track. And that flows directly into product ideation.
Which isn't just sitting in a room brainstorming, I gather.
No, not really. It should be continuous, strategic. Teams constantly generating ideas, but grounding them in those discovery insights, what customers actually need, what aligns with business goals. The focus has to stay on the problem you're solving, not just jumping to solutions.
And AI can help there too, presumably, with brainstorming or analyzing insights.
Oh, for sure. AI tools can be great assistants in the ideation process.
Okay, so you figured out the what, then comes the how much. Pricing. The article more or less talks about three main paths.
Yeah, basically. Charge more for a better product or service, more for more. Offer more value but at a lower price, more for less, which is obviously tricky. Or offer a simpler, no-frills version for less, less for less.
And each has trade-offs. But the biggest mistake is,
Well, it's not picking the wrong one necessarily. It's picking none of them, just kind of floating without a clear pricing strategy. That leads to confusion, diluted value. It's a recipe for trouble.
right, but what if your strategy, even a clear one, hits a snag? Like the standard approach isn't working.
That's where the Bowl.com story is interesting. How Bowl.com kills ideas based on discovery insights. Their fintech team found standard methods just didn't work for reaching certain users.
So they just gave up.
No, they adapted. They found different ways, which really highlights the need for flexibility. Even proven methods aren't always one size fits all.
That adaptability seems crucial, especially thinking about the reality of product launches. They're often pretty chaotic behind the scenes, aren't they? Last-minute fixes, things going wrong.
Totally. The idea of a perfect launch is mostly a myth. Things happen, which connects to leadership, actually. Leaders need to build trust so teams can focus when things get crazy, and they need to make those hard calls on priorities, like in, wait, I thought the team was overloaded. You have to choose what matters most.
It's fascinating how these big strategic challenges mirror our own internal ones. Let's shift to personal clarity. How about how to get past your inner critic to lead confidently? What's the core idea there?
It's a two-step process, really. First, you got to recognize and silence that nagging, blaming voice, the one that's always using shoulds.
Right, that internal judge.
Exactly. Then you try to reframe the situation more objectively, almost like talking about it in the third person. Just the facts, what's happening now, what can you do now? No dwelling on past blame.
That sounds like a powerful mental shift. And does that connect to physical clutter?
It really does. 5 Easy Ways to Declutter Your Life talks about how fear, often a fear of scarcity, what if I need this, drives hoarding. Letting go of clutter, physical or mental, requires a mindset shift, valuing space, focusing on priorities.
And for managing tasks, especially when you feel overwhelmed, a bag of worries offers a neat trick.
Yeah, I like this one. You split your list. Clear, actionable to-dos go on one list. But those vague, heavy worries, they go in a separate bag of worries.
And then you just let them sit there.
Well, you can. Or you could even use something like ChatGPT. Ask it to randomly pick a worry and help you outline steps to tackle it. Or use a classic tool like the Eisenhower matrix, urgent, important, to prioritize them. It turns that amorphous stress into something structured.
So it seems, whether we're talking AI, product strategy, team leadership, or just managing our own thoughts and stuff, there's a common thread, isn't there?
Absolutely. It's all about continuous learning, being willing to adapt your strategy, and making conscious, intentional decisions.
Yeah.
Bringing clarity through deliberate action, really.
So as we wrap up, think about this. It seems embracing imperfection, allowing for evolution in our work and ourselves is key. Connecting all this. What's the one idea that stands out most to you? How might these concepts change your approach to finding clarity?
You've been listening to The Vocal Technologist. Tune in next time.